The other thing that we've now got another YouTube video about is about spreadsheet style. Now, some of these we've gone through before, and there are certain conventions, and I've divided them up into two things. One's called modelling conventions and one's called formatting conventions. And the principle behind modelling conventions is that we want to make it easy to make the model correctly, because we don't want to have a model out there that's doing things wrong. So you want to have it model and avoid mistakes. So first of all, you want to have no numbers hidden in the formulas. So all of the numbers that you put in should be on the outside. Now, there are some exceptions, and one of the exceptions is the number 1. If it's part of the structure of the equation, like when you're doing a percentage increase and you want to go like B2 times 1 plus the percentage increase, that's fine, because the 1 is never going to change. It is part of the structure. So you can have that sort of number hidden in the formula, but that's the only one. You wouldn't have the one that's for the percentage increase, because that could change. Another thing is that you put your numbers in a raw form. You don't do the calculations yourself and then put them in. Put them in how you get them. Let the spreadsheet do the calculation. That way, again, you're avoiding error by letting the spreadsheet do it. Make sure, can you guys stop talking, please? Have the numbers entered once. So there's only one place where you enter the interest rate. You can have it showing in other places, but all of the other places should refer to the one place where you've put it in. And the reason for that is because if you put it in more than one place and you connect to different places and the interest rate changes, you don't know where to change the different interest rates. And so it's important to have it in just one place. I talked before about using sum, but don't use sum unless you really need to. Now, the formatting suggestions, these ones here are really, really important. These are moderately important, but if you want to pass the course, they're really important too. Now, the point behind the formatting suggestions is to make it easy to see what the model's doing. And so if you're talking about percentages, you give a percentage sign and you give the right number of decimal places, like 2 or 3 or whatever it is that you need. If you're using dollars, you either use 2 decimal places or no decimal places. In New Zealand, we still use 2 decimal places, so don't give dollar amounts with 1 decimal place. It looks funny. If you've got a table, have it vertical. Make sure your layout is logical. Another thing is try to use the top left-hand corner. Some people stick it in the middle of nowhere, and it's just annoying if you can't find things. So the standard convention these days is that always use the top left-hand corner. Don't put unnecessary breaks in it, line breaks or columns or anything like that. And make sure your colour serves a purpose. It's not there just to make it look bright. And then this is the one that a lot of people haven't been understanding. And this is something that we insist you do in your spreadsheets. Actually, this is yellow and green. So you need to indicate your inputs and outputs, and sometimes other categories as well. Any of you who are using Excel 2007, it's seriously cool, because it's actually got all of that stuff up the top, and you can choose styles, and so you don't even have to think about what to make them look like. You can do that.